Hi friends, welcome to Miss Lily's Once Upon a Time. So this is our special space where I can chat with you and we can sing, read stories and dance and interview special guests. We're going to have so much fun. But first up today, we're going to warm our body and mind up with an action song. And it's called a Ram Sam Sam. A Ram Sam Sam is an old traditional Moroccan folk song. So it comes from Morocco in North Africa. The first action for a Ram Sam Sam is tapping on our legs 3 times. Try it with me. 1, 2, 3. And as we clap, we sing the words Ram Sam Sam. We say ah first. Are you ready? Let's try it. Ah, Ram Sam Sam. Good job. We do that 2 times and we sing it twice. Let's try it together. Ready? Ah, Ram Sam Sam, ah, Ram Sam Sam. Good job, friends. The next action is this. Can you do that? And we say gooly, 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 which means tell me. Let's try it together. You ready? Gooly, gooly, gooly. And then we say Ram Sam Sam again. Ready? Ram Sam Sam. Let's try it all together. You ready? Ah, Ram Sam Sam, ah, Ram Sam Sam. Gooly, 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 Ram Sam Sam. Good job, friends. The next action is this. And as we do this, we say Rafari, Rafari. And then we go backwards. Gooly, 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 Ram Sam Sam. Try it with me. Ready? Rafari, Rafari. Gooly, 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 Ram Sam Sam. Wow, good job, friends. We've just learned the whole song. We sing it twice through each bit. Follow me, okay? Are you ready? Ah, Ram Sam Sam, oh, Ram Sam Sam. Gooly, 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 Ram Sam Sam. Oh, Ram Sam Sam, oh, Ram Sam Sam. Gooly, 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 Ram Sam Sam. Rafari, Rafari. Gooly, 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 Ram Sam Sam. Rafari, Rafari. Gooly, 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 Ram Sam Sam. Wow, I think we've got it. Now, the trick with this action song is we have to get faster. So let's spread our legs a little bit, bend our knees. Are we ready? We're going to go fast. Ready? 1, 2, 3, and ah, Ram Sam Sam, oh, Ram Sam Sam. Gooly, 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 Ram Sam Sam. Ram Sam Sam, oh, Ram Sam Sam. Gooly, 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 Ram Sam Sam. Rafari, Rafari. Gooly, 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 Ram Sam Sam. Rafari, Rafari. Gooly, 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 Ram Sam Sam. All right, one more time and we have to go very, very fast. The fastest you can go, okay? Are we ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, Ram Sam Sam, oh, Ram Sam Sam. Gooly, 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 Ram Sam Sam. Ram Sam Sam, oh, Ram Sam Sam. Gooly, 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 Ram Sam Sam. Rafari, Rafari. Gooly, 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 Ram Sam Sam. Oh, I mucked up. Let's try it again, really, really fast. Ah, Ram Sam Sam, oh, Ram Sam Sam. Gooly, 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 Ram Sam Sam. Oh, Ram Sam Sam, oh, Ram Sam Sam. Gooly, 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 Ram Sam Sam. Rafari, Rafari. Gooly, 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 Ram Sam Sam. Rafari, Rafari. Gooly, 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 Ram Sam Sam. Oh, wow, good job. It's a bit tricky when you go fast. Friends, I want to share with you our mystery box. This mystery box is going to give us clues. Every time we do a session of Miss Lily's Once Upon a Time, it's going to have clues inside it about what the story we're going to read is about. Now, see the symbol on the front? Do you know what that's called? If you said question mark, you're correct. So a question mark is a punctuation mark and it's in sentences when you read books. Maybe some of you are already writing and you've already been doing some question marks. So I wonder what clues are inside about today's story. Let's have a look. Aha. First up, we have a thank you card. Have you ever given anyone a thank you card? I've received some thank you cards for all sorts of things. Have a think about that. Oh, we've also got a little bunch of flowers. When do we have flowers, friends? who receives flowers sometimes. Is that a nice thing to do? And wow, we've got an origami. It's a heart. Heart usually means love, doesn't it? So we have a thank you card, flowers, and a heart. What do you think our story's about? I guess we'll have to read it to find out. The name of today's book is The Invisible Boy, and the author is Trudy Ludwig, the person who wrote the story. And the illustrator is Patrice Barton, the person who drew the pictures. The Invisible Boy. Can you see Brian, the invisible boy? Even Mrs. Carlotti has trouble noticing him in her classroom. She's too busy dealing with Nathan and Sophie. Nathan has problems with what Mrs. Carlotti calls volume control. He uses his outside voice inside too much. Sophie whines and complains when she doesn't get her way. And Nathan and Sophie take up a lot of space. Brian doesn't. When the bell rings for recess, Mika and JT take turns choosing kids for their kickball teams. The best players get picked first. Then the best friends are the best players. Then the friends are the best friends. Only Brian is left, still waiting and hoping. JT glances in Brian's direction and just as quickly looks away. We've got enough players for each team, he tells the others. Let's play ball. Poor Brian. In the cafeteria, Madison and her friends talk about her birthday party. That rope swing over the pool was awesome, said JT. Yeah, so was a water slide, adds Fiona. That was the best pool party ever. Oh, I'm so glad you guys had fun, said Madison. Everybody did except Brian. He wasn't invited. At choosing time, while the kids play board games and read, Brian sits at his table doing what he loves to do best. He draws fire-breathing dragons, scaling tall buildings. Thank you for toasting my marshmallows. And space aliens locked in intergalactic battles. I got you now. And greedy pirates digging for treasure. Arr, me hearties. Hi. And superheroes with the power to make friends wherever they go. Hi, friend. Have a cookie. On Monday morning, Mrs. Carlotti introduces Justin, a new student. Brian smiles shyly at him. Some of the other kids sneak look at Justin, trying to figure out if he's cool enough to be their friend. They haven't quite made up their mind yet. At lunch, Madison and JT watch Justin eat with chopsticks. What's that? Asks Madison, as she points at Justin's food. It's bulgogi. Pul what? Bulgogi. It's Korean barbecued beef. My grandma made it for me. It's really good. Do you want to try some? Oh, there's no way I'd eat bulgogi. And the kids laughed. All of them, that is, except Brian. He sits there wondering which is worse, being laughed at or feeling invisible. The next day, when Justin goes to his cupboard to put away his backpack, he notices a piece of paper with his name on it. Justin, I thought the bulgogi looked good. Brian. Here's a picture of himself. Says yum. At morning recess, which is break, Brian finds a piece of chalk on the ground and starts drawing away. You're Brian, right? Yeah. Thanks for the note. Hey, Justin, Emilio calls out from the court. You're up next. Sorry, I gotta go, says Justin. By the way, that's a really cool drawing, he adds before taking off. Oh, it is a cool drawing, friends, look. Back in class, Mrs. Carlotti asked the kids to team up in 2s or 3s for a special project. The kids scurry around the room to pair off, and Brian heads towards Justin. I'm already with Justin, said Emilio. Find someone else. Brian looks at the floor, wishing he could draw a hole right there to swallow him up. Mrs. Carlotti said we can have up to 3 people in our group. We've only 2. Come on, Emilio. Let him work with us. Okay, I guess. So now it's Brian and Justin and Emilio. Mrs. Carlotti gives the class directions for the project. Your assignment is to work together to write a story about what you see in that photograph. Use your imaginations and have fun. Whoa, cool, said Emilio. What kind of people do you think would live in houses like that? I don't know, but I bet Brian could draw them to go with our story, says Justin. Brian smiles as he takes out his lucky pen. Oh, it looks like they got very busy, friends, look. And here it says, the crooked story we made up on the spot. Look at the awesome photos. It's lunchtime again, and Brian's least favourite part of the day. Another 20 long minutes of kids talking and laughing with everyone else but him. Brian, he hears someone shout. Hey Brian, over here. Brian turns and sees Justin waving him over. Emilio nods at Brian as he makes room for him at the table. Cookie? Thanks. Maybe, just maybe, Brian's not so invisible after all. Oh, they look so happy, don't they? Wow, that was a beautiful story. The end. Friends, I picked this book because today's theme is kindness. And there are a lot of ways you can show kindness. So our clues today, you could possibly buy someone flowers or pick them from your garden. You could write a card or make your own card. And you could give some hearts in some like origami or something like that. Or you don't have to do any of those things. You could just use kind words and be loving and caring to people, just like Justin and Brian were to each other. I really hope you enjoyed today's sessions, friends. I've loved talking with you, and I've enjoyed reading a new book with you and singing a song. I'll see you next time on Miss Lily's Once Upon a Time. Bye!